Today, I want to talk to you about success. The key to success starts with having a vision. Without it, you'll just float through life with no direction. If you don't know where you're going or what you're aiming for, you'll never reach any destination. I was born in Austria in 1947, right after World War II, and I can honestly say I was lucky to discover my vision early on. Growing up in Austria, I didn't like the place at all. I couldn't wait to leave. I couldn't see myself working on a farm or in some factory. That wasn't for me, even though my parents wanted me to have a simple, normal life. But their vision wasn't mine. I felt I was destined for something different, something extraordinary. One day, when I was about 11 years old, I was at school, and they showed us a documentary about America. What I saw left me speechless: the skyscrapers, the bridges, the wide highways. It was all so massive and impressive. And in that moment, I knew, that's where I want to be. I didn't want to stay in a small town with little farms and tiny buildings. My dream was to live in America one day. After school, I walked past a store in Graz and went inside. I noticed a bodybuilding magazine with Reg Park on the cover. Reg Park, at the time, was a 3-time Mr. Universe. I'd seen him on the big screen as Hercules, and I thought, this is it. This is my blueprint. I told myself, I want to be a bodybuilding champion like Reg Park. I want to act in movies just like him. I want to make millions and be famous, just like him. It felt amazing to have a clear sense of direction, something most people never find. They wander, unsure of what they want, but I knew exactly what I wanted. I was going to be a champion bodybuilder. I just needed to figure out how. People would ask me all the time, especially during my pumping iron days, why do you train so much? Why do you spend hours in the gym, and always seem so happy? I would tell them, because I know exactly what I'm after. Every rep, every set, every weight I lifted brought me closer to my goal of winning Mr. Universe. I was working for that title every day. I couldn't wait to do my next 500-pound squat, my next 500-pound bench press, or another round of 2,000 sit-ups. At 20, I traveled to London to compete in the Mr. Universe contest and, as the youngest competitor ever, I won. That's because I had a goal in mind. Here's something I've learned: visualizing your goal and working toward it makes the journey enjoyable. You must have a purpose, no matter what you do. Did you know that 74% of people in America dislike their jobs? It's not much different in Europe. Many people work jobs they don't care about because they didn't have a vision or goal. They end up just going with the flow. When a job becomes available, they take it because they need to work. But when that happens, work feels like a chore, not something you enjoy. It's hard to believe that only 25% of people are truly happy with what they do. I feel blessed because I always knew my purpose. It's like a medical student studying with the goal of becoming a doctor. They know where they're headed. And that's how I was with my career. I had a vision. I had a clear idea of where I wanted to go. I knew I would become the governor of California. That was the highest office I could aim for since I wasn't born in America and couldn't run for president. But being the governor of the state with the 5th largest economy in the world was the achievement I aimed for. Even when people told me, "You'll never make it. Why don't you run for something smaller?" I didn't listen. I ran for governor, and just 2 months later, I won. So, rule number 1 is, have a vision. Rule number 2, don't listen to the naysayers. Throughout my entire career, all I heard was, "That's impossible, that can't be done," or, "No way." But I didn't let that stop me. When they said, "No," I heard, "Yes." When they said, "Impossible," I heard, "It's possible." I firmly believe in what Nelson Mandela said, "Everything seems impossible until someone does it." I was determined to be the one who proved them wrong. Even if no one had ever done it before, that didn't matter to me. I was going to do it. I didn't listen to the critics. I just focused on the work. When I was bodybuilding, I trained for hours each day. When I transitioned into acting, I did the same thing. I studied English, took accent reduction classes, and worked on my acting skills. And then, after my first movie Hercules in New York flopped, I didn't give up. I kept my vision clear and continued working. Soon, I got roles in Streets of San Francisco, Stay Hungry, Pumping Iron, and The Villain. Then, out of nowhere, I was offered the role of Conan in Conan the Barbarian. After filming, the director, John Milius, said in a press conference, "If we didn't have Arnold, we would have had to build one." Think about that. The very body people criticized became my biggest asset. Conan the Barbarian became a huge success at the box office. The same thing happened with The Terminator. After filming, James Cameron said, "If Arnold didn't have that accent and speak like a machine, the movie wouldn't have worked." Again, what people mocked became an asset. I didn't listen to the critics. I didn't let their negativity shape my journey. And that's a crucial lesson for all of you. When someone tells you, "No, that's impossible," or "You'll never make it," don't listen. In your mind, say to yourself, "What do you know?" The reality is, if you have a vision, work hard, and never listen to the naysayers, there's no limit to what you can achieve. If you found this message inspiring, make sure to subscribe to the Limitless Motivision for more motivational content that can help you transform your dreams into reality.